push our own agendas without being mindful of what's going on around us. So when I saw the concept of agile marketing, I said, this seems like a newfangled term that I've never heard of before, but no, we do this every day. It's not so foreign to us. So that was sort of how it manifests in our agency.
I think that both of you and me as well, you touched upon something that is inherent to the change of concept and the change in pace of the concept. Whereas the reality is constantly changing. And yesterday I was surprised with due to the Pinnacle in Texas, President Obama reacted to the tweet right there. Obviously that wasn't planned, so it's agile responding to an event that just developed. So how do you see the culture clash between what you may be doing as agile, because you recommend companies to move in this direction, but then companies that do not necessarily, organizations move in the direction you suggest. So where does the clash come? How do you negotiate what you consider needs to be done with the approvals that need to take place on the other side of the table? So I don't mind to be on that.
First, I think there's a huge gap between what should be done, what's really what we deliver online, customers, and the bigger is the company, probably the bigger is this gap. If you take down this to a small agency or small business or startup, they are very able to adapt to real-time situations. That's one thing. I think when a company starts to think about, I want to deliver a better service, care, I want results, and I want to be able to actually measure what I'm doing. So they go more into analytics, more into metrics, and they have set up before like a list of KPIs. That's what makes us successful. A, B, C, D, that's those things. And this is when they start adapting more real-time change and using real-time tools and software to get like feedback, so that they go more into that and understand this. It's actually making them better results. When you get those KPIs, go higher than actually more business. I'm sure it's tough in a big company or big institution. That's why they do spin-off, they have lab, and they let the lab break a bunch of stuff. And this is the way, because you obviously can't go just change an entire company, so you probably have to do this way. Small businesses, it's quite easy to say, tomorrow we paint this in red, and today we change it, and we'll see what we do. I think, Anthony, you said something super important when you said, allow people on the team, the employees, to break things. And this is to remember that agile marketing says, done is better than perfect. That's a famous sentence you'll find at Facebook offices everywhere. Like, break things, because it's better to do it and interact with customers and get feedback, and probably not 100% happy, but we did something. We adapted to the need. It's probably not the best way, and then we learn from this, we improve. There's no way, you can't just wait to have it perfectly ready. When you go out, it's another one, and it's not valid.
I might add just a little thing there, and that is just that, I think what happens a lot of times in agile marketing is someone says, I want to change things, I want to make things different so I'll be able to fit or fulfill the needs of the customer. But then that kind of comes up and butts heads against what the strategy of the organization is. So what you need to do at some point, right? So at some point what you do is you take your lower level strategies and your lower level tactics, and you try to make them more agile. But eventually, what you really want to do is you want to change the upper level strategy. But you want to change the strategy at the higher level to be an agile strategy. So what you say is, our strategy, part of our strategy, is to be agile or fluid or responsive to the marketplace. And then once you do that, you start to, and then of course from there, it's just implementing processes. You have to make sure that there's a process in place so that when someone comes in and has an issue and has something different, if I come to you and say, look, would you like to buy the red box or the blue box? Well, what if you come to me and you say, well, I like a box that's part red and part blue? Then I could turn you away. Or I could say, you know what, let me go and do that for you. Now, it may be that it's not really cost effective for you to do it, but you might be happy enough that you just spread the word, and then maybe other people come and want either the red box or the blue box, or maybe you'll find another market, people who want part red, part blue, And now I've just opened up that opportunity. And sometimes I take a risk, and sometimes I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'll win or I'll lose, and as far as money goes, but I know that I'll learn from the process, and that learning is going to help me in the long run. So it's okay to make little mistakes, to maybe sometimes even bigger mistakes, but eventually as you learn from the process and you have that actual marketing kind of perspective that, hey, you know what, my people will make mistakes, they'll go out, they'll interact, and things won't always work out, but we'll all learn from the process. We'll get together, we'll have a little meeting, we'll talk about what worked, what didn't work, and you'll learn a lot more a lot of times from what didn't work than what did. Because I always think that whatever did work, I always attribute that sometimes just we got lucky. But what didn't work, I know I can fix. And so it's moving.
I see. When we introduce the concept of agile marketing, it sounds great on the outside. It sounds fast, modern, according to the times. But now, the technology centric focus on moving to a full service or software service. Tiered scheme of distributors, for instance, that will distribute your product in boxes to marketplaces that has a global reach. So you need people actually, people actually on the field, in the field, trying to physically sell to customers. So when you transition from that to a cloud service altogether, which is what's happening everywhere, so becoming agile